A Valley farmer wants to know how to protect his backyard flock of chickens from disease like bird flu. A livestock expert tells Channel 5's Frank McCaffrey it's a matter of keeping them pinned up.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture is taking steps to educate those who deal with poultry. The government agency launched a campaign to fight the spread of highly contagious avian influenza, which can be fatal for birds, or the contagious viral Newcastle disease. 86-year-old Gail Jeffries says he grew up on a farm in Missouri. He says he loves animals and has over a dozen chickens on his rural property. Jeffries deals with disease the old-fashioned way.
They get the disease, I just shoot them.
Jeffries tells us he buries the dead animals on his property. He says that property is where he houses wild chickens. Jeffries tells us the type of birds he deals with are not that easy to handle.
On most my pens out there, they come and go all the time because I don't have no top on it, and they just fly over it.
Jeffries says he thinks it would help him halt the spread of disease if he read through newly released educational material on biosecurity from the USDA. Would it interest you to learn what the USDA is recommending to clean these?
Yes, sir. I'd be interested in it.
Channel 5 News reached out to a livestock specialist with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, Joe Pascal, to ask what part of the USDA tips Jeffries should focus on. Pascal says Jeffries first needs to protect his flock from diseases from the outside. He notes Jeffries must find a way to restrict access to his birds so only he or his family are coming in contact with them. Pascal says use of pens will be necessary for Jeffries and they should be kept sanitary.
Make sure that you're clean. So don't ever go to your flock carrying without wearing clean clothes. Don't ever come from somebody else's flock or somebody else's farm and wear the same clothes when you're going to interact with your birds.
He adds Jeffries will want to keep the birds' water clean and keep their pens or their area clean as well. Pascal says he knows well it's hard to keep birds germ-free. He says Jeffries simply has to put his best efforts into keeping other, perhaps migratory flocks away. Jeffries tells us he'll study up on the USDA tips and take Pascal's advice. In the Channel 5 News studio, Frank McCaffrey, Channel 5 News at 6.
And the USDA has information on Defend the Flock. This is a Channel 5 News Extra. Information on the campaign available on the website usda.gov. The agency also set up a resource center which includes a checklist for cleaning and disinfecting a poultry enclosure. And it also lists numbers to call in case of an emergency. The link to the resource center can be found in the Find a Link section of our webpage, krgv.com.